It's time for the Roundball Roundup Lake Area Basketball Show. And now your hosts, William Holtz and Ron Dugan.
Welcome, folks. It's the Roundball Roundup Lake Area Basketball Show, and I'm your host, William Holtz, flying solo yet again as our co-host, Ron Dugan, typically joining us. He's still recovering from his knee surgery, so get better quick, my friend Ron. We're still praying for you. We're going to get right into it. You talk about the Osage girls. They wrap up the season 19-6, had a huge one last Thursday at home against the arch rival Eldon Lady Mustangs, and boy, that one went back and forth. Final of that one, 59-56, and it was a three-point game, and Osage got a look late in the game, had a three-pointer a little further away from the basket than they would have liked, but the big story is Osage 1 of 13 from outside through the first three quarters, and then Kendall Miller, she came on strong in the fourth quarter. The Lady Indians found themselves down 9, only to come marching back. They pulled it to within 2 a couple of times in the last minute of the game, but Eldon, good free throw shooting, good defense, couple of costly turnovers by the Indians, and they lose that one. So they've now lost 3 games in a row to end the regular season, and they notched that 2 seed in the district. Eldon Mustangs, congratulations, they win the district championship. And at 19-6, they still get that 2 seed, like I said, and they're going to be home Monday as Osage hosts the district playoffs. They'll be home, and they will play host to the winner of Salem and Owensville in the semifinal matchup. And if they can get past that one, they would have a matchup against potentially Eldon again in the district championship game. So make sure you get out and support them. As far as the Osage boys, they had a couple of big-time games. First, Blair Oaks last Friday, really good ball game. As a matter of fact, Osage actually led in that game by a score, or actually by 8 early in the ball game. The first quarter ended up being tied 39-39 at the break, and Blair Oaks was too much for the Indians over the stretch. They end up pulling away, and they win that one by a score of 78-68. But in good fashion, the Osage Indians bounce right back Tuesday night at home. It was senior night, and it was a big game against the arch rival Eldon Mustangs on the men's side, and they took care of business. It was a capacity crowd. Lake TV, of course, on hand for that one. And the scoring in that one, Drake Gaines had 22 points, 15 of those in the first half. Zach Wheeler, he added 12. Keaton Miller, he had 11, and they're going to get right back to it against Eldon Saturday night in the district opening round of the tournament. The winner of that game will get Rolla in the semifinal next Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Osage. So you don't want to assume anything, but this Saturday, 7 o'clock, they're going to get to play Eldon again in the districts. And if they can win that, they'll get Rolla in the semifinal game. So you want to pencil them in for Tuesday night. Should be a good one against Rolla. Of course, still work to be done this weekend in the opening round of that district tournament. When we come back, we have got a full packed show. We've got 3 spotlight players coming on for the Camdenton Lakers, and we'll wrap up the regular season for both the men's and women's Camdenton programs. That and much more after this.
Your car. It's part of who you are. It's your partner in weekday traffic and your passport to weekend fun. For all your car is to you, isn't it time you did something for it too? You can with a Quick Car gift card. Give the gift of clean. Choose Quick Car gift cards in any amount for unlimited shine and perpetual cheer. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Osage Beach, 2 blocks from Hy-Vee.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes in top condition is not just a job, it's our passion. Our athletic trainers work in the schools to keep student athletes safe and healthy. Our team of board-certified orthopedic surgeons have the expertise to get you over the pain and back in the game. And we offer 5 area locations for physical therapy to help you regain your competitive edge.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We got time to build boat lifts. We build Polylifts.
Meet Walt, our local Hy-Vee pharmacist. He's highly trained to counsel, support, and care for your chronic and complex medical needs. Hy-Vee Pharmacy Solutions is your complete source for specialized pharmacy services. Meet Amy, our local Hy-Vee dietitian. She's our most credible source of food and nutrition information. She's your go-to for shopping tours that focus on your diet needs. You can even take a biometric screening on site. At Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, our health experts can't wait to meet you.
Welcome back, folks. William Holtz on the Roundball Roundup Lake Area Basketball Show here, brought to you by Lake TV from the Funky Buffalo in Camdenton, Missouri. Got to talk about our Camdenton girls. They close out a regular season very, very solid year overall. They finished with a mark of 14-10. The big story, the home matchup Monday against Bolivar. It was senior night, and when you talk about the senior class of Tegan Shockley and Blair Kurtz, a very, very special one. And what ensued following the opening ceremonies of senior recognition was very, very special. Even with her torn ACL, Blair Kurtz, still on the mend, gets the start. And video is going to do this justice. And so without further ado, I bring you this week's Seeing is Believing highlight of the week, brought to you by Family Eye Care and Vision Source. So as you can see, it was an incredibly special moment, not just for Blair Kurtz to get her final points as a Camdenton Laker with the injury, but just as special, her best friend and other senior, Tegan Shockley, she got to be the one to pass it to her. Great sportsmanship by Bolivar to let the defense get out of the way and allow Blair to score. And I'll tell you, that and what ensued next was just a overflow of tears in the gym. Of course, I didn't cry. Not really a crier. Okay, I did. I bawled like a baby. Incredible moment to see that happen. Incredible display of sportsmanship. And then Camdenton answers right back, and they allow Bolivar to get an easy basket just to even things out that way. The score was not indicative of what took place. And I'll tell you, it was a great game for the Camdenton Lady Lakers. They blew Bolivar out of the gym. It was one of the better performances I've seen this year from this squad. They were running the floor, playing very well defensively. And on the night, I'll tell you, Shockley, she ended with 5 for the game. Tegan Shockley in her final home game as a Lady Laker. Natalie Basham, who, of course, if we talked about it, she's come on very, very strong here in the second half of the season. She finished with 20. Coley Rezabek, she had 15 points. Kylie Meyer had 12. Abbie Miller, who will be joining us later on today's show, she had 10. Megan Vest, she played hard. She finished with 5 points. And both Shelby and Blair Kurtz had a basket. The girls finished with an overall mark of 14-10, and they're going to play Waynesville next Monday in the district semifinals at Waynesville. That game's set for 7 p.m. So both the guys and the girls squads from Camdenton, they're going to have to play the host team Waynesville in Waynesville. So nothing that both teams can't handle. As a matter of fact, I think the guys matchup, which we'll talk about in just a second, will be very, very close. That'll take place Saturday afternoon. We're going to be right back, and we'll talk more about the Camdenton guys program and their senior night after this.
Your boat. It's part of who you are. It's all about enjoying the lake on the weekend and having fun with friends and family. For all your boat is to you, isn't it time you did something for it too? You can with Quick Car Dockside Boat Cleaning. Quick Car will come to your dock and clean your boat from bow to stern, so you'll spend more time enjoying your boat, not cleaning it. Quick Car Dockside Boat Cleaning. Quick, easy, and professional every time. 2 blocks from Hy-Vee and Osage Beach.
The Funky Buffalo Brew House and Trading Company is home to the Roundball Roundup Camdenton Lakers basketball show. And it's home to the lake's best coffee, scones, and handcrafted sandwiches. Come see what all the talk is about and enjoy the beautiful tucked away in the woods setting. While deciding from our irresistible lineup of drinks and treats, you'll also notice some of the most breathtaking art from local artists plastered all over our walls. The Funky Buffalo Brew House and Trading Company, taking pride in being much more than your normal coffee shop.
Welcome back, folks, to the Roundball Roundup, and it's time to talk about the Camdenton guys program, who a couple of tough losses this week, but I'll tell you, hard-fought losses. Friday against Hillcrest, coming into Camdenton, Hillcrest is blowing people out. As a matter of fact, they took Glendale into overtime, only lost by a basket. Glendale, as we know, they're a potential state champion at that level, and so to play them that closely speaks volumes about what Hillcrest is capable of. The final score 77-46, 31-point blowout win for Hillcrest at Camdenton. But this was a 2-point game after 1 quarter of play. As a matter of fact, Hunter Glenn really turned on. He had 8 first-quarter points, really helped fuel a 10-0 run at one point in time in the first quarter, and it was only about an 8-point game at the break. But in the second half, Hillcrest really flexed their muscles, really showed what they were capable of, and got that W. And then Tuesday night, the big senior night. Everybody always wants to know what happens in the Camdenton-Lebanon game. Just 25 miles apart, and I'll tell you, it was a really, really good game. Camdenton had an opportunity to win this game. They were very close early on, but Lebanon just too much. I mean, after one, as a matter of fact, Camdenton, they led by a score of 20-9 and ended up getting outscored in the second quarter, 24-13. Therefore, it was 33-34 at the break. Lebanon had a 1-point lead, and over the second half, just too much Yellow Jackets power led by Jack Earhart and the Yellow Jackets. They end up outscoring Camdenton 38-25 over the second half, and that was just too much for Camdenton to handle. But in their last home game as seniors and as Camdenton Lakers, both Dylan Decker and Hunter Glenn really had outstanding games. Hunter Glenn, he finished with 27 points, 15 of those in the first half. And Dylan Decker, he had a big night as well, 21 points. And I stand corrected, Hunter actually had 21 of his 27 in the first half and was really held in check in the second half. And that was a game that, talking with Dylan and talking with Hunter Monday night at the girls' game, they said, you know, we've never lost at home against Lebanon, and we don't plan on starting tomorrow night. And, I mean, it was just too much Yellow Jackets offense and just too much physicality, but really a solid game. And, you know, you like to end with a really hard-fought battle like that, showing you can play against better teams, because that could carry over into the district matchup they're going to have Saturday against Waynesville. And you can't say enough about those two seniors. Dylan Decker and Hunter Glenn, really a crazy whirlwind of a season when you look at the injuries and the inevitable things that have taken place within the program. These two kids continue to come in, night out, give it everything they've got. And even with the record, they finished at 5-18. Still, you wouldn't know it when you watch Hunter Glenn and Dylan Decker, because they play hard every play, every second they're out on the court, they're giving it their all, and they should be applauded for that, because great season. And also Kelton Virtue, he had 7 points in the ball game, so solid performance. And you like the direction of the program. Some young kids getting some serious minutes, some guys playing very hard, and so that can transpire moving forward into some big things. And the season's not over. They're going to play Saturday at 3 o'clock in Waynesville, and the opening round of that district game. And if they can win that, I mean, anything could happen. Waiting in the balance will be a matchup with the number 1 seed Willard Tigers in the semifinals. And, you know, Waynesville and Camdenton, pretty close match, both only 5 wins on the season. And so Camdenton playing so hard, so well as of late. I really like their chances to go in that opening round and see if they can't knock off Willard in the semifinals. So, guys, lots more still to talk about here on the Roundball Roundup. We're going to have 3 player spotlights: Abbie Miller, Coley Rezabek, and, of course, my man Brandon Pasley will be in here. The inevitable, the great, the tough, the hard-nosed freshman who's been getting all the varsity minutes this year, and he just stands about this tall. That and much more after this.
As a local businesswoman and mom of 2, life can be very busy. So having my groceries delivered makes life so much more convenient. They deliver it to my door without me ever having to leave the house.
At Hy-Vee, we love our moms so much that we'll do the grocery shopping for you. Pre-order your list from home with Hy-Vee's Aisles Online. Our personal shopper handpicks produce and selects the best for you. You can even select your preferred ripeness of your produce. Try Hy-Vee's Aisles Online today.
Welcome to Alternative Remedies Plus, natural remedies for your mind, body, and soul. If your body is out of balance, our BioMeridian Stress Assessment can suggest supplements that can restore harmony physically and mentally using our own collection of herbs and supplements. We also offer an extensive selection of vitamins, herbs, sports nutrition, weight loss, and other supplements. Alternative Remedies Plus. Visit us today in our new location next to the Big Red Barn, just off the square in Camdenton.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Welcome back, folks, to the Roundball Roundup, and it's time for our first of 3 player spotlights, and we are joined now by Miss Coley Rezabek. What's going on, Rez?
Oh, not much.
Just, I guess, probably riding pretty high after Monday's blowout win against Bolivar.
Yes, that was a good win. Senior night, Tegan and Blair, we left them with a good win, home win on home court, so it was good.
Yeah, certainly. We're going to get right into it. Our first question for you, Coley. I know that you moved back to Camdenton after being out of state, but overall, how long have you been playing organized basketball?
Organized basketball started back in the biddy ball, I called it, Ozark Youth, some people may know. Back in kindergarten, that's when it all began.
That's when the glory days
Yeah.
really started. All right, so besides basketball, what other sports do you play?
Well, I'm actually going to do track this spring, and then I plan on playing tennis in next fall. But I played soccer when I was a kid for a long time. I liked that, and then kind of stopped playing soccer around 6th grade and focused on basketball, but going to try some new things out this year.
Yeah, but your heart is on the basketball
For
court.
sure.
All right, so since you've been a Lady Laker here the last couple of years, you've been part of some great moments. Do you have a favorite that sticks out to you?
Well, one of my favorite memories before on Monday night was Arkansas. We pulled a prank on Natalie. I'm sure Natalie told you about that, so that was pretty funny. But senior night on Monday, this by far is the best memory when Blair Kurtz got to go in and she got to score her layup. And because she never really had a closing to her senior season because it ended in the blink of an eye. And so just seeing her walk off the court with a big smile on her face, that was probably the best memory I've ever had.
Did you cry?
I did.
Me too. I'm not
I
gonna
cried
lie.
before the game. I had a lot of tears that night. It was a good night though. I was happy. It was good.
It was tears of joy.
Yes.
No doubt about it. All right, so those of you that don't know, you played with your older sister Bailey for the last couple of years, and she graduated last year. Talk about how this season's been different without her on the court with you.
Yeah, it's been different just trying to not have someone to go home to and say, oh, can you run up this play? Can you draw this play up? Because last year, I was so new to everything, and the plays, we had so many plays. And so I was like, Bailey, can you show me this? She's in bed trying to do homework, and I'd be drawing up plays in my room, and I have to run over there and ask her for help. And honestly, it's just playing with your sister, you just kind of know where each other is at on the court. So I kind of miss that, but in general, the 6 of us, the Psycho 6, they're all like sisters to me. So we just all, honestly, Bailey, it was really fun playing with her last year, but it's really no different.
That's awesome. Close to everyone, as everyone knows about this Camdenton Lady Lakers program. All right, so just touch on what this year has been like as a whole. In the start of the year, Blair's injury, players stepping up that we may not have expected, and now that you girls are preparing for districts, just walk me through the ride.
Yeah, well, the beginning, coming into it, everyone predicted us as the underdog. We lost 4 seniors. Oh, this team, Camdenton, they're nothing. They're young. They only have 2 seniors. What can they show this season? And I really think we've stepped up to the challenge this season and showed what we truly can do. And Megan Vest and Shelby Kurtz has really stepped up too this year, coming in as freshmen. They've been huge parts of our team. And even going on to next year, they're going to be a really big part of our team. And it's just been fun. And then Blair's injury, that kind of all hit us really hard. And Natalie Basham has been doing a really good job filling in for Blair. But even though Blair's not on the court, we know we can look over on the bench, and she's there just as part of a team as she is on the court than off the court. And I don't think she really understands how much of an impact she still is to our team. But I know we all can still say, hey, Blair, she's always there for us. And then districts, Lebanon and Waynesville. Waynesville, I just think they have us in our back pocket. And then Lebanon at the 1 seed, they were like, oh yeah, we're going to win this district easy. But I truly think that our team can put on a fight against Waynesville. And then moving forward to Lebanon, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, everyone remembers what happened last year in the district tournament. 1 seed fall to Waynesville in the opening round. They end up winning it all. So
right. Maybe
it's time to repeat, but this time for the Lady Lakers, right?
Yes.
All right, so I guess my next question is, do you have a favorite professional sport to watch?
I like NFL, but college basketball. I like watching college basketball.
Who's your favorite college basketball team?
Mizzou.
Good answer. We have some KU fans that come on and they all get slapped, so I won't slap you, Rez. Not that I would ever hit you. Well, I might. Okay, how about a favorite college basketball player?
Oh, gosh.
Ever? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm going to do recent, and I'm going to do Grayson Allen for Duke.
Yeah, very good.
He's
can't
fun
argue
to watch.
that.
Yeah.
All right, so I know that you're just a junior, and so I always tell you guys when I bring you on, I don't really have my life figured out, and I'm about to be 26, so I don't expect you to know exactly But what are your plans, your goals after high school?
My goal, I am going to play college basketball, and I want to go up to Minnesota, be up there with my family and my dad. So, and then my degree, no clue. I have no idea what I want to do, but I for sure want to go play college basketball.
That's awesome. You got lots of time to figure it out. Because like I said, I still have no idea. Lots of time. All right, so now it's time for Fast 5. I'm just going to rattle off 5 questions. You answer as quick as you can. First one, if you could have any job in the world, forget about the schooling it takes, the money you'll make, just what would you find yourself doing?
A sports broadcaster.
That's awesome. That's a great gig. That's good answer. And I'm sure I'm the reason why, right?
Yep.
Very good. All right, so tell us your favorite holiday and why.
Favorite holiday? Oh gosh, I like 4th of July. I love just going out on the boat. You know, we go in this big bay and we just tie up boats together and watch the fireworks and jump in the lake, and 4th of July.
That's awesome. Very good answer. All right, so tell me the number 1 random fact about Coley that most people wouldn't know.
I just started playing the ukulele. Yeah. Kylie got me into it, so my mom, for my birthday, she gave me a ukulele. Yeah, it's my new thing.
Why did you not bring the ukulele? Kylie said that was what her random fact was
Next year.
Yes, you guys got to rock a duet and come together.
Next year. Yep.
Oh, I'm looking very forward to that. All right, so Coley, what's your favorite TV sitcom?
Oh gosh, you know, I wish I could say I watch a lot of TV.
Netflix show, Hulu, Amazon Prime. I know you've got some kind of love on
Yeah, you know, Abbie's kind of got me hooked on a Friday Night Lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I started watching that, and then basketball, and obviously don't have any time doing basketball, and definitely Friday Night Lights.
Hold on to that. I told somebody else, maybe Garrett Gallier this year, I said, don't speed through that, because once that's over, it's huge letdown. There's not more seasons to dig into, so slow it down. Enjoy the fact you have episodes left of that. All right, so my final question, and I want you to be very open, honest, and transparent on this. If you could change one thing about your head coach, Coach Stacy Caffey, what would it be?
You know, the only thing I would have to change about Coach Caffey is we all know she's a big Kansas fan.
Absolutely.
And I cannot stand Kansas. So if we could get her to be a Mizzou fan, that would be great.
And we know that's not going to happen.
Sadly, no. But anybody, Duke, UConn, anybody but Kansas, that's the only thing I would change about
It runs in the family. You know, Jeff, her husband, he loves them too.
They wear all that KU gear in their basements.
Right?
Yeah, it's just, I want to put Mizzou stuff all over it.
All right, Coley. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on the show. Before I let you go, got a gift for you from our friends at Nike Outlet, Chances Are, and some goodies in there. So enjoy it, and thank you so much. Good luck in districts.
Thank you.
All right, that's Miss Coley Rezabek. We will be right back after this with Abbie Miller.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes in top condition is not just a job, it's our passion. Our athletic trainers work in the schools to keep student athletes safe and healthy. Our team of board-certified orthopedic surgeons have the expertise to get you over the pain and back in the game. And we offer 5 area locations for physical therapy to help you regain your competitive edge.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Roundball Roundup. The coaches, the players, game highlights. We cover it all exclusively here on Lake TV. Roundball Roundup, brought to you by Lake Regional Health System, Quick Car, Hy-Vee, Funky Buffalo, Family Eye Care, Polylift, Alternative Remedies, and Get Air. Roundball Roundup, here on Lake TV.
All right, and we're back, joined by Miss Abbie Miller for our second player spotlight. Abbie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, to be honest, probably better than I deserve. That's typically the case.
Yeah.
All right, Abbie, so we're going to get right into it. Just like I asked Coley, how long has Abbie Miller been playing organized basketball?
Organized basketball. I remember Ozark Youth starting about kindergarten, first grade, the kind of bitty ball city league. And then my first travel team I remember is third grade on the Wolf Pack.
Very nice. You've been playing for a while. All right, so since you've been a Lady Laker, you have seen some very, very cool things, been part of some great memories. Tell me your favorite.
Hands down, district title freshman year. Oh, that was, if we could relive that again this year, that'd be absolutely amazing. Our team has never felt that way. I've never felt that way. Everyone was involved. The support we got from our coaches, the community, just everybody was amazing.
Think you girls could do it again?
Oh yeah.
this year. You're gonna have to, just like 2 years ago, your freshman year, you weren't the 1 seed, you weren't the 2 seed. As a matter of fact, you were the 4 seed that year too, weren't you?
Yep.
And won it all. All right, so I know that you have got incredible parents and twin sisters at home. Just talk about your family dynamics and how you all, being so close, has had a hand in your success in basketball.
Oh, it's been a huge impact, not just in basketball, but in any sport, and just, it's huge. I'm very blessed. I have a great support system. So Lizzie played basketball. I've grown up playing with her. Freshman year, she tried it and then decided to go a different direction, so she didn't play this year, which I missed having her on the court. And then Bree, who's a cheerleader, and she gets to cheer for all the boys' games, and so I love getting to watch her cheer. And then my parents, you know, they're awesome.
We know your parents.
They get to go to, they've been going to every game, and really just a lot of support, and keep everything, they're huge, keeping things positive, always looking at the bright side of things, and always kind of putting this in to remain positive and just to always stay optimistic, and the importance of working hard and being dedicated to something. It's been a huge impact.
So that is a huge blessing to have, you know, both parents around and involved, and that's not always the case. But one thing that I love about your dad is we're Facebook friends. His Facebook Live videos, he's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he does those a lot. He loves them.
And he is one proud father, that is for sure.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. You girls are wonderful. All right, so touch on this. What this year has been like as a whole. You asked me, or you heard me ask Coley about, you know, the start and the low expectations, of course, Blair's injury, and then now the potential as well as your playing going into districts. Just take us through the ride.
Well, so starting the beginning of the season, you know, of the preseason polls, and no mention of us. Everyone, they're saying, oh, they graduated, 4 seniors, but 3 seniors in the 1,000-point club. Like, what do they have? And so, you know, that kind of ticked all of us off. Like, we didn't like hearing that, but it was kind of nice being under the radar. And so, and then especially coming into the postseason, still nobody kind of has those expectations for us, but all of us being so competitive and so athletic, like we're ready to step up. We know the focus that we're gonna need to be able to play this next week, and we've had some huge players step up, and just how competitive and how close we all are. It's been a good season. Obviously, we're not satisfied yet. We're gonna keep going, keep playing, try to go for that district title. And having Blair out, man, that took an unexpected turn for our team. But she's just as involved. It's great having another set of eyes on the court, being able to talk to us, and it's been a huge spiritual aspect for us. She is keeping us focused, keeping us close, and know that, like, this was God's plan. This is what He wanted for her. This is what He wanted for our team. And so it's been amazing being able to hear that and just to keep that with us. And Monday night we played Bolivar, and everyone had an amazing game, and it was a senior night. And before that game, Blair's like, I have a pep talk for you guys. Like, I want to talk to you guys before the game. So it's all of us. It's a Psycho 6, it's like we like to call it, and Megan and Shelby. And we're in the locker room, and Blair's talking to all of us, and she's telling a story. And then she goes around, she's like, it's my senior night. She's like, I don't get to play, but she's like, I need you guys to do something for me. She's like, I need this. And she went around to each player, and she told each player what we needed to do for her tonight. And so for me, I needed to shoot 2 threes, was what she wanted from me. Tegan was to shoot 2 threes. Coley, she wanted an and one from Coley, and then she came through and told us what she expected, and that this was all for her. And it's just awesome, the closeness and keeping us focused. And yeah, we're excited for postseason and where this can take us.
Yeah, certainly. Good answer. That's awesome. It's crazy to see that you girls at such a young age are so intuitive and so in tune with things of the spiritual realm like that. And it's cool that you've been able to be around that as an underclassman the last couple of years, and then now as a junior, and that you'll get to carry that legacy on as a senior next year.
Yep.
All right, so I guess I want to know what your favorite professional sport to watch is.
Well, every Sunday, my dad, he watches the Chiefs, NFL, so we watch that a lot. I really like college sports is probably what I like. I like watching a lot of college volleyball, which is a lot of fun.
Volleyball's intense, especially the college level.
Oh yeah, the college level, it's very competitive. It's fun to watch.
Have you ever seen professional table tennis?
I've actually watched some like Olympic videos on it. That is intense too.
It's ridiculous, right?
They're crazy good.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I think of college volleyball and its intensity, and I kind of think about table tennis.
Yeah.
When they get going, it's like...
And they're like standing like, I don't know how many feet back, just
diving
good.
over.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's awesome. All right, so Miss Abbie Miller, I know you're only a junior, but I know you've got some idea of what's next for you. What are your plans after high school?
Last fall, my parents and I visited University of Arkansas in Fayetteville and really liked the campus. It was really pretty. They have a nursing program that I'm trying to get involved in, and then maybe kind of go beyond that, become a nurse practitioner or something. So I'm thinking something nursing or medical.
Very cool. All right, it's time for our Fast Five. 5 random questions I'm going to rattle off. You just give your answer the best of your ability.
Okay.
First, if you could have any job in the world, forget the schooling and the money, what would Abbie be doing?
Ooh. I think it'd be super fun being able to be like a traveling nurse, like being able to travel the world, being able to help people, to serve people, and kind of just be able to see everything and be able to kind of be there for people and get to change some lives, hopefully.
That's awesome. All right, so on a lighter note, tell me one random fact that most people wouldn't know about Abbie.
Ooh. Okay, I got one. Recently, my new favorite hobby is called hammocking. So I got it's a portable, like, travel-size hammock, and you kind of take it wherever you want. And we've been going, we're going to, like, state parks and sunsets, and you set your hammock up on the tree, and then you get to look over a view. You can listen to music, take naps, and read. And so we've been doing that a lot recently.
Sounds like my kind of hobby.
Oh, it's fun.
Hammocking. So how do you get the hammock to stay in the tree?
So you have a hammock, and then you have 2 like suspension straps, and you wrap it around the tree, both the straps, and then clasp it on, and then it just kind of reclines. It's very nice and relaxing.
That's awesome. All right, your favorite food and drink?
Food and drink. Food, definitely pizza. Cheese pizza from anywhere, hands down. Drink, really like water or milk. Gatorade maybe, I don't know. Not too picky.
Very good. Water, milk, Gatorade, whatever. All right, Abbie, who is your favorite actor or actress?
Ooh, I think Adam Sandler is really funny. And I like, she's in Anne Hathaway. I like her too.
Yeah, she's very talented. Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh, I have 2 random, very different favorite movies, but I really like The Sound of Music. For some reason, I've always loved that. And then recently, Harry Potter. I love the Harry Potter movies. They're awesome.
Very different. You're not kidding. 2 different spectrums.
2 very complete different movies.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to end with this. Like I told Coley, don't be afraid to answer honestly. Say whatever is in your heart. If you could change one thing about Coach Caffey, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's hard. If I had to change one thing, I think I would change her sleeping patterns, because she loses a lot of sleep, especially during season. Tough losses, she says she stays up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Even on wins, she says she wakes up in the middle of the night, thinks about an awesome play, like smiles, and then go back to bed. And I was like, if I could change one thing, she'd probably use some more sleep.
Yeah.
Which I guess is our fault. We'll start playing better so she doesn't have to stay up so late.
Or you'll wake her up more in the morning with memories of those great plays.
Yeah,
you might want to be
we'll
careful.
do that.
All right, Abbie, you were great. I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to send you with this. It's some gifts from our friends at Chances Are, Nike Outlet, and then a couple of goodies in there. Thanks for being you. Good luck in districts, and we'll be watching you all the way.
Thank you.
Of course, that's Abbie Miller, our second female player spotlight. We'll be right back after this.
The Funky Buffalo Brew House and Trading Company is home to the Roundball Roundup Camdenton Lakers basketball show. And it's home to the lake's best coffee, scones, and handcrafted sandwiches. Come see what all the talk is about and enjoy the beautiful tucked away in the woods setting. While deciding from our irresistible lineup of drinks and treats, you'll also notice some of the most breathtaking art from local artists plastered all over our walls. The Funky Buffalo Brew House and Trading Company, taking pride in being much more than your normal coffee shop.
Welcome to Alternative Remedies Plus, natural remedies for your mind, body, and soul. If your body is out of balance, our Biomeridian Stress Assessment can suggest supplements that can restore harmony physically and mentally using our own collection of herbs and supplements. We also offer an extensive selection of vitamins, herbs, sports nutrition, weight loss, and other supplements. Alternative Remedies Plus. Visit us today in our new location next to the Big Red Barn, just off the square in Camdenton.
And welcome back to the Roundball Roundup. I am William Holtz, now joined by Brandon Pasley, the freshman that could. My man, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. How's it going?
Dude, it's going very well. I'll tell you, I've been very impressed what I've seen from you. I was not anticipating that a freshman, especially if your stature, is going to come in and be such an impact player. How do you do it?
Hard work.
Good,
Lots
man.
of effort.
So tell me, Brandon, how long have you been playing organized basketball?
I've been playing organized basketball ever since I can remember, maybe kindergarten, a little bit before that even.
Very good. All right, so this is your first taste of varsity basketball. You've seen a whole season, and what so many people get to see is the glitz, the glamour, on game night. The cheerleaders are there, the music, the crowd, but what they don't see is how much work that takes to get there. So what would be your favorite part of the grind that is varsity basketball?
Just getting to go practice every day, get better, work hard with my teammates, wonderful teammates, go out and just keep getting better.
Very good. So as only a freshman, you've been a big part of this year's varsity squad. What's it been like to be such an impact player as a freshman?
Well, it's an honor, first of all, to go out and play basketball for Camdenton. It's been my, growing up, going to games, being able to watch it, and just, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and to be the impact player you are, I bet that's got to give you a little confidence on and off the court, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, now it's obvious to most people that you're not exactly vertically gifted, but that hasn't stopped you in any way, shape, or form. How have you been able to overcome your lack of height?
Just play hard, use a lot of effort, go 100% all the time.
Another thing I've noticed about you is your finishing ability at the rim. Even when, everyone that you play with, not everyone, but there's people that are bigger than you, but it doesn't stop you from being able to drive to the rim and finish around the rim. Tell us how you do that.
It's just what I've always been able to do. I'm pretty quick, so, lots of practice to get able to finish.
Body control while you're in the air to contort yourself, but man, it's been fun to watch. So besides basketball, what other sports or hobbies or activities do you enjoy?
Oh, I love baseball. Baseball is my passion. So.
And this guy will be trying to compete against the older brother for the starting shortstop spot this year?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Give him some bragging rights at the dinner table if you could beat out your big bro, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, do you have a favorite professional sport to watch, maybe?
Oh, yeah. I love to watch baseball, everything about it.
Royals?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely a Royals fan.
So who's your favorite Royal?
I'd probably have to say Alcides Escobar or Lorenzo Cain.
And any reasons why, or just?
Just Alcides Escobar, he's so smooth at shortstop, and Lorenzo Cain, he's just a fun guy.
And great defensive
catcher,
obviously. All right, now only a freshman, but I want to ask, do you have any plans after high school, or is that still too far to even think about?
Well, I plan on going to college, but I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I'm looking into science, technology, and all that. So.
You have aspirations of playing baseball or basketball at the college level?
Absolutely.
Maybe both?
We'll see.
We'll see. Very good. All right, so our next portion, we call it the Fast Five. I'm going to rattle off 5 questions. Just answer the best of your ability, anything that comes to your mind, okay? If you could have any job in the world, don't worry about going to school for it, don't worry about the money you'll make, what would Brandon be doing?
I have no idea. Just a freshman.
What if you could do anything, like right now, play baseball professionally?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You'd be starting a shortstop for the Royals, right?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, Brandon, tell me the number one random fact about you that most people wouldn't know.
Well, I got to go to the beach this summer during a baseball tournament. We got to go out in Orange Beach and just go out and relax on the beach.
So 2 things you love, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right, so I understand that you got to play for Ron Dugan when you were a little younger. What was that like?
It was amazing. He's an amazing coach. I wouldn't be the player I was today without him.
I bet that's probably what he was wanting to hear. So very good answer. Now tell us your favorite actor or actress or even celebrity today.
I'd probably have to say somebody like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he is awesome, right?
Oh, yeah.
And why? Just because he's so funny?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, he has no shame, man. He literally he's not embarrassed about anything, which is a rare trait. All right, so I want you to be honest here. If you could change anything about Coach O'Quinn, what would it be?
Definitely his hair. He needs a Jackie Moon type haircut.
Jackie Moon type haircut. That's awesome. So that's the only thing you change, Brandon. I love it, man. Before we let you go, I'm going to send you with that. There's a gift in there. There's a Chances Are gift certificate, and there's also some goodies. Appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thanks.
Good luck the rest of the way. That's Brandon Pasley with the Camdenton Lakers. We'll be right back after this.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Pasley Lift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Pasley Lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
William Holtz with Lake TV, and it's time for a special edition of our sponsor spotlight here on the Roundball Roundup. I now have the pleasure of being joined by Dr. Scott Hofer with Lake Regional Orthopedics. He is the only board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist in the area. Dr. Hofer, what's going on, man?
Nada. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a mouthful to say. You did it well.
Well, I'll tell you, when you work as hard as you have to gotten those titles, obviously a big deal, and it's awesome that we have that here at the Lake, the only board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, because that gives Lake Regional and their sports medicine department so much credibility, and we're seeing that across the local schools. Of course, we'll touch on that. First, I want to talk about some injuries and injury prevention. So, Dr. Hofer, what are the differences between high school injuries and injuries at the professional level?
Well, really the number of injuries and types of injuries are fairly similar between the two of them. The difference comes primarily with the age of the patients or the age of the athletes. So the older athletes, they're skeletally mature. We don't have to worry about growth plates. And with kids, we have to worry about that. So if you have an injury that involves a growth plate, that potentially affects how that limb functions and how that limb grows down the road. So those we have to be a lot more careful in terms of identifying and treatment with. But in terms of other injuries, the basic types of injuries, pretty much the rates and the types of injuries are pretty similar. Most common thing would be just basic sprains and strains. The most common being with basketball, in particular ankle sprains, followed by knees, wrist, and then shoulders after that. Yeah, certainly. So obviously those are big injuries. What are some of the symptoms of a sprain in particular that you guys look for? Well, oftentimes we'll notice it, as it happens. You can see the athlete rolling their ankle on the field and either winding up on the court or getting up and hobbling off the court or needing help off the court. Those are the very simple ones to see and identify. And, fortunately we have athletic trainers that are out at the school. Oftentimes on the court side, they're trained to observe this. They see it as it happens, and then they can perform a courtside assessment and start treatment immediately if necessary. Oftentimes the athletes may get injured not on the presence of a trainer or if they're doing stuff out on their own. In which case you're looking for other basic signs of the injury, which might include deformity of the limb, swelling. Sometimes you can have bruising, sometimes not. Sometimes the bruising may indicate the severity of the injury. Impaired function, so can you bear weight on it, or is it too painful to walk on? If somebody cannot bear weight and have an obvious deformity, then those are things we typically want to get more aggressive with in terms of diagnostics, getting x-rays and getting them to see a qualified physician to check it out.
Yeah, certainly. And you're a competitive guy. You played sports, and I know when I would get injured, I kind of wanted to hide that, because I wanted to stay on the field, on the court. So what are your athletic trainers doing to make sure they can spot these injuries that players could be trying to hide?
Well, there's a lot of athletes who do that. I mean, it's part of the persona of an athlete oftentimes to drive on through the injury and to continue to play as best you can. And again, our trainers are sitting on the side of the courts. They know a lot of these kids. They've seen how they normally play. They see how they normally interact, and if there's a variation from that, then they're oftentimes going to pick up on it. Looking for signs of that, looking for changes in terms of how they're performing their position, their task, then those are other signs that you can key in on.
Okay, one thing I did want to ask you, because I know you see a lot of this, when I go to games, I see the players on the field and on the court, and those are who we focus on maybe getting injured. But there's another group of athletes that typically is at games that we're seeing a lot of injuries similar to the players, and that's the cheerleaders. Touch on that a little bit.
Cheerleaders in high school and collegiate athletics have injury rates that approach nearly what you see in football. Wow. And even though it's not the center of attention, it's not the center of the sporting event, so there may not be quite as much attention on it. A lot of the young athletes are doing a lot of acrobatics and falling, having neck injuries, head injuries, as well as the normal sprains and strains we see in those athletes as well. So again, athletic trainers may not be be as closely focused in on those. So, oftentimes in those, it's got to be more of a patient or an athlete kind of reporting or having their coaches funnel them in to get treatment. But yeah, that is a significant concern.
Yeah, and we're seeing it all the time now. Whether you're a cheerleader, volleyball player, football, or basketball, any sports, there is preventative measures we can take to cut down on the risk. What are those?
Well, oftentimes just following the good techniques that you've been learning and going over with your coaches in the preseason and during the games, all those things to include good warm-up and having good equipment, not wearing shoes that are broken down, things like that, with basketball can help to prevent ankle injuries, but also taking the time to make sure you're doing appropriate warm-up and stretches. Then equally important is if you've had an injury with, say, an ankle or something in the past, would be making sure that you're appropriately splinting that if they're using a lace-up ankle brace or they're having the athletic trainers tape that up. And again, those are all things that we can do to prevent further injury.
Awesome. And for those of you that are watching, you may be wondering, why is a orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist from Lake Regional Sports Medicine here? Well, it's because they're at the schools and you guys are taking huge measures to keep our athletes safe. Just touch on your guys' involvement with our local schools.
Well, we have provided athletic trainers that go out to the local area schools, and they participate not only at games but also in practices, and they can also help out with preseason injury prevention programs. They can help out with conditioning programs, and then when the athletes are taking part in their activities, they're it's on the court surveillance, watching them, and then if they get injured, they're trained in diagnosing on the court, being able to assess the injury and the severity of the injury, and then early treatment to include splinting, icing, to try to prevent that injury from becoming a bigger injury. And then after the games, they also can help out with some of the rehabilitation of it.
Dr. Hofer, we certainly appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your knowledge with us. It's always good to get to talk to you.
Thanks.
My man. Cool as the other side of the pillow, just the way we expected you. To learn more about sports injury prevention and treatment, go to www.lakeregional.com/sportsmedicine. All right, welcome back to the Roundball Roundup Lake Area Basketball Show. That's going to conclude this week's edition of the show. But before we go, I've got my good buddy Dakota Wilms joining me. Dakota, what's going on, buddy?
Good.
Good. So you were at the Eldon Osage Girls Championship game last Thursday. What'd you think?
Good.
You were very happy with the outcome, weren't you?
Yeah.
So I asked you, of course we all know, I'm going to give you this, but to give you this helmet that we're giving you, you have to say go Osage. Can you do that?
Go Osage.
He did it, but what you really want to say is, what do you really want to say?
Go Mustangs.
That's what he really want to say, Dakota. That's for you, buddy. Thanks for coming on, my man. For Ron Dugan and the entire crew here at the Funky Buffalo for the Roundball Roundup, I'm William Holtz. I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Lake TV Sports thanks you for watching this edition of Roundball Roundup. Watch for a brand new edition next Thursday at 12:30 on the Lake TV Network.